Jesus said, I give you a new commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. John 13, verse 34. Hello, Trinity Lutheran family. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Donna Potts. I'm a longtime member of Trinity, and I presently serve as the Vice President of Church Council and as chair of the COVID-19 transition team. I'm also a mother, a grandma, and an internal medicine physician. I'm here today to implore you to take the important and necessary steps that we all need to be taking to protect ourselves from COVID-19. New COVID cases are at an all-time high in South Carolina and in the country. In April in South Carolina, we had a total of 1,000 cases of COVID-19 for the entire month. Now we have 1,000 new cases every day. In Greenville County, we had 4 times the number of cases in June as we had the month before. We know these numbers are not just due to increased testing, because hospitalizations have increased, deaths have increased, and the percentage of tests that are positive have all increased as well. This means the virus is definitely spreading rapidly. The main reason that's happening is that we're not wearing face masks or distancing as we should. Face masks prevent infections and save lives. Just this past week, South Carolina DHEC posted a new graph on their website showing the effect if universal mask wearing were implemented immediately. The result is the number of new COVID cases plummets dramatically almost immediately to almost 0. That means that we could get back to our normal lives with precautions in place. How do we wear masks? You put them on your face, covering your mouth and nose anytime, inside or out, that you may get within 6 feet of another person. You don't have to wear them to ride a bike or to take a jog by yourself, but you do need it if you walk down the sidewalk or chat with a neighbor if you're going to be within 2 arms lengths of each other. In addition to always wearing face masks and frequent hand washing and sanitizer use, we need to avoid closed spaces like small offices and elevators, and also avoid crowds. While young, healthy people are at less risk of severe illness if they contract COVID, they do sometimes get very ill and die. And they certainly transmit COVID to older folks and those who are at increased risk of severe illness and death. Who is at increased risk? People with obesity, people with diabetes, people with heart and lung conditions. Smoking and high blood pressure also increase the risk of severe illness. And just this week, the CDC updated this list to include anyone of color, including Black, Hispanic, or Native American people, regardless of age, and also pregnant women. Surely we need to be doing everything we can at this point to protect ourselves and each other. Up to 40% of COVID cases are caused when the virus is spread by people who don't feel sick. Some people with COVID never have symptoms, and others have very mild illness. Still others are spreading the virus in the 48 hours before they develop symptoms. So it's very easy for someone to unwittingly spread COVID to a lot of people in a short period of time if they aren't wearing a mask. There are ways that we can socialize and stay connected in person safely. We can visit neighbors and loved ones through front yard visits, keeping 6 feet apart. We can deliver food and gifts with everyone wearing masks if we're going to be within 6 feet of each other. We can even expand our non-mask wearing family circle to others outside our own homes, but we have to do it safely. Here's how. All the parties involved first have to practice strict precautions for 10 days. Then they have to continue to do so with those outside that non-mask wearing family circle. That prevents bringing COVID within the circle. Remember, with COVID, when you get close to someone, you get close to everyone they got close to in the past 10 days. So what you can't do is get together with a bunch of friends in a bar or at the beach or at your tennis club and then go visit your elderly neighbor in her home without wearing a mask. You can't let your kids ride around the neighborhood with their buddies on a golf cart and then go hug your parents without a mask. I keep hearing, oh, it's hard when you have kids. I get that. I have 7 kids and 5 grandkids. But do you know what's harder? What's harder is watching a loved one suffer for weeks on a ventilator in the ICU and then die and live with the guilt that you might have caused it. What's harder Is having people lose their income and not be able to pay the bills or feed their family because it's not yet safe to open a business. What's harder is having children unable to attend school for months because COVID is still rampant in the community. Many of us have been isolating for over 3 months now. We could have nipped this in the bud had we all done that. We should be getting back to normal lives now, with precautions still in place, but we can't because so many people are unwilling to do the simple things that are necessary. Wear a mask, distance, wash your hands. Wearing a mask does 2 things. It protects others if you have COVID, and it protects you if you should come in contact with someone else who's shedding the virus. So far, we've been incredibly lucky. While some of our Trinity family have contracted COVID, we haven't had anyone yet become seriously ill or die. But if our behaviors and those of the community around us don't change quickly, it's not a question of if, but when we will experience that loss. There are so many things at Trinity that we do for others out of love. We give of our time, talent, and treasure. We build habitat houses and donate food and perform service projects and visit shut-ins and do thousands of other acts of love and kindness without ever thinking of it as a sacrifice. Please, for the sake of the love we bear each other and in gratitude for the love and grace we each receive from God, protect each other, do the right thing, make the difficult choice, wear a mask. It's such a small thing to do to save a life. Thank you.